My grandfather. Among all the people I have met in my life, my grandfather is the one who has left the deepest mark on my heart. He is not only my grandfather, but also my mentor, my storyteller, and the quiet hero of our family. Whenever I think about him, a wave of warmth fills my heart, a feeling made of love, respect, and endless gratitude. My grandfather was born in a small village many decades ago, during a time when life was simple but hard. He grew up in a poor family, working in the fields since he was a child. He often told me how, as a little boy, he used to walk barefoot to school, carrying his books in a small cloth bag. His stories were never about sadness or complaints. Instead, they were full of courage and hope. We didn't have much, he used to say, but we had dreams, and that was enough. When I was younger, I didn't really understand what he meant. But now, as I grow older, I realize that his words were lessons, quiet, powerful lessons about perseverance and faith. Every morning, my grandfather would wake up early, long before sunrise. He had a habit of sitting on the porch with a cup of tea in his hand, watching the sky slowly change its color. I often joined him, sitting silently beside him. Those early mornings were special to me. Moments of peace and wisdom that shaped the way I see the world. He would point to the horizon and say, "Every sunrise is a new chance to do something good." He was a man of few words, but every word he spoke carried meaning. He taught me not through long lectures, but through his actions. I remember how he would always greet the neighbors with a smile, help anyone in need, and never raise his voice, even when he was angry. He believed that kindness was the most powerful way to change the world, not through grand gestures, but through small, consistent acts of love. When I made mistakes as a child, my grandfather never scolded me. Instead, he would gently tell me a story, usually one from his own life, that somehow mirrored what I had done wrong. His stories always had a moral, but he never said it directly. He let me discover the lesson myself. That was his way of teaching, patient, humble, and full of understanding. As time went by, my grandfather grew older. His hair turned silver, his steps became slower, and his voice softer. But his spirit never faded. He continued to take care of his small garden behind our house, planting vegetables and flowers. He said gardening reminded him that everything in life needs time and care to grow, just like people. I still remember the scent of his garden, fresh soil, blooming jasmine, and the sound of birds singing in the morning. Whenever I visited him, he would proudly show me the fruits of his labor. Ripe tomatoes, green chilies, and sometimes a few sweet mangoes from the tree he had planted years ago. He used to say, "I may not be rich in money, but I am rich in love, in patience, and in family." One of the most unforgettable days of my life was when he gave me his old watch. It was simple, with a few scratches on the glass, but it meant the world to me. "This watch," he said, "has been with me for 40 years. It has seen both my good and bad days. I hope when you wear it, you'll remember that time is precious. Once it passes, it never comes back." Now, whenever I wear that watch, I feel like he's still with me, guiding me, reminding me to value every moment. My grandfather passed away a few years ago, and that was the hardest goodbye I've ever said. The house felt empty without his laughter, without his quiet presence in the garden, without his voice calling my name. For a long time, I couldn't walk past his chair without tearing up. But as time went on, I realized that he never truly left. He lives on in my memories, in the values he taught me, and in the person I'm becoming every day. Even now, whenever life feels difficult, I think of him. I imagine him sitting on that porch, sipping tea, smiling at the sunrise. His calmness reminds me to breathe, to be kind, and to keep moving forward no matter what. He once told me, "The world may not always be fair, but you can always choose to be good." Those words have guided me through every storm. My grandfather taught me that true strength is not about power or wealth, but about kindness, patience, and love. He showed me that being humble doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong in the quietest, most beautiful way. Sometimes I still talk to him in my mind. I tell him about my studies, my dreams, and how I try to live by his lessons. I imagine him smiling, proud, and saying softly, "You're doing fine, my child. Just keep your heart pure." There are many great people in the world, leaders, scientists, artists, but for me, my grandfather will always be my greatest teacher. He didn't change the world with inventions or fame, but he changed mine with love. Whenever I see the morning sun rise, I remember him and feel grateful for his life, for his wisdom, and for the unconditional love that continues to guide me. My grandfather may no longer be here, but his spirit lives in every sunrise, every act of kindness, and every heartbeat that reminds me of where I come from.